been on the road for about 30 minutes now. It's 7 o'clock in the morning now, but we're headed up to Pomona. According to Google Maps, we should be there in about 4.5 hours. I'm thinking more like 5.5, because we're probably going to hit traffic once we get into LA. I'm not driving solo today. Say hello, baby. So we're going to the LA Pet Fair, which has got a bunch of names. It's so confusing because I see it advertised as the Reptile Super Show, the Succulent Super Show, the Bird Super Show, and the Aquarium Super Show. But then when you look it up on the internet, it comes up as the LA Pet Fair. So I don't know. I know they've been going, they're in transition. They've kind of originally were a reptile show that would take place like 2 to 3 times a year. I think this is the very first year where they are incorporating the aquarium element to it, and also making it all one big event. Because I don't know if all these other shows were kind of done individually, but this year it looks like they're going to have them all under 3 roofs. I guess the way the fairgrounds are set up, they have these long bay buildings, and they're setting up all 3 of them. So the price of admission is like $21, I think. $22, which is not bad. It'll cover both days. So I guess that's a little bit more reasonable if you're a family of, 4 or whatever. It makes it a little bit more manageable. I know the children's price is a little bit lower, but I don't remember right off the top of my head. I guess you can find them online as the LA Pet Fair, and it's in Pomona, which is interesting because I know Steve and I have talked where we had kind of talked about this topic last year, as a matter of fact, where I thought that the direction that the hobbies were going, that they were all kind of organically starting to merge, and I think this exemplifies that, because here you have a pet expo where you're incorporating all of these elements that kind of intertwine if you think about it. I know Aquarium Co-op has always kind of gone by the touch of Nature Daily or something like that. Well, this is kind of a little bit of that, and it's interesting because the longer I've been doing this now, the more I see that people that keep fish don't only just keep fish. Some of them would venture into houseplants, some of them venture into reptiles, and some of them even have birds. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it, because we're trying to replicate a little section of nature, and all of these things are things you would almost find in the same ecosystem. So I'm kind of happy. I'm excited about checking out this place. Hopefully it's very successful, that it becomes an annual thing. For me, it just makes it, a little bit more interesting, because I don't have the ability to go to an aquashella. I could do it, but it becomes one of those things where either you choose to go to aquashella or you choose to go on vacation that year. And given those 2 options, the reality is I'm going to go on vacation. Aquashella, it's as nice as it might be, it's not going to compete with being sitting out on a beachfront down in Mexico. So that's why I haven't done aquashella. It's just when you start adding flights, hotel rooms, and access to the place, you're looking at about $1,200 for a weekend, where I can take that money and spend it about a week out in somewhere having a good time. So, but like I said, I'm hoping this works out. It's the first year they're doing it, and we'll see how it plays out. I'll keep you guys posted throughout the day, and see you guys later. You guys take care. All right, everybody. Looks like we've made it into the event, as you guys can see behind me. I also got to meet a friend of mine, Gabriel, from GNC Aquatics. I'm waiting for him to show up here at the entrance. I'll go ahead and turn this around so you guys can see what the entrance looks like. All right, it's It's starting to come in. You can see the people coming in here. It's starting to constant flow of people coming in here. I'm waiting for Gabriel to, he's over there buying tickets, him and his wife. But they got food vendors here. This is like a little picnic area in here. And those buildings there, they have 3 of those buildings set up. It looks like they have some vendors on the outside. And we'll go ahead and take a look as soon as Gabriel gets over here. All right, so I finally made it in here. And guess who I found? Hey, Gabriel, how's it going?
What's going on?
GNC Aquatics. He's here with his wife, and I'm here with my wife. Let me turn you guys around so you guys can get an idea of what's going on out here. So here we are at the main corridor. These are the buildings where they're going to be having a lot of the exhibits. There's 3 buildings. I believe it's this one, the one down there, and the one down there. But also what you guys can see is that there's a lot of vendors out here in this area. This is kind of like the overflow of all the stuff that's going on in there. We just spotted this little driftwood area with some manzanita wood. They have some really nice pieces here. As you guys can see, the prices are insane, man. I mean, they're a hell of a deal for the big pieces that you can get. You know, you're gonna find a little bit of everything. The thing is, this is also for like, you're gonna see a lot of home gardening stuff like you see here. Because remember, it's plants, birds, reptiles, and aquarium expo. So, you know, you're going to see a lot of it. This is all like the overflow. This place, as you guys can tell, it's not even in full stride yet, but you can see that there's a lot of people. And it's still relatively early in the day. It's about 11:30, and we're starting to see a bunch of people. There's Gabriel and his wife. We're going to go ahead and look around here for a little bit, and then we'll go inside and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so we're in building 4, which happens to be the reptile section. This place is super packed. And we're just at the beginning. There's still a whole other 3 buildings that we need to look at. I mean, 2 other buildings besides this one. But there's a whole bunch of...
See if they put one on your shoulder?
No, thank you. I'll pass. That's a hard pass. Only thing going on my shoulder is my collar of my shirt.
Oh, look, there's one open.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're still working our way through the event. We just walked half of the building, and there's still so many vendors. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of vendors, the different types of ball pythons that they have. I mean, it's just insane the amount of stuff you can find. If this is what it's like on this side, I'm curious to see what it's. Yeah, they got a grill so you can cook your snake to order. I'm just curious to see what the aquatic side's going to look like. We're still haven't even probably only done a quarter of the building, and there's just so much to see. There's tons of vendors, all different kinds of geckos, ball pythons, tarantulas. I mean, if I was into reptiles, I guess I would be in paradise. Just so much. It's well worth the trip. You know, for about $22, you get to be able to attend the event for 2 days, today and tomorrow, or Saturday or Sunday, for those of you watching it later. And they're just, I mean, everywhere I turn, there's vendors. Yeah, and it goes all the way down there. We're only halfway through the building under one, and just walked one of the aisles. I'll continue to work my way through and keep sharing some of the stuff that's out here, so that you guys can get a little bit of a feel, and maybe next year when the event rolls around, you know, you can make plans to come out here. So I'll show you guys again once we get out there towards the aquatic side, but we're still over here on the reptile building. All right, so we got done with the reptile side of it. Now we're going to be going in here to building 6, which is supposed to be the aquatic side. So let's go in here and see what it looks like. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the aquatic side. This is the newest addition to this show, and this is the first time that they're having any of the aquatic side. So it's going to be a little bit smaller, which makes sense. But I think has potential to grow as time goes by. And you know, now it's time to go see what's in here. All right, so now we're inside the aquarium side of the show. It's a little bit smaller. It's not as packed as it is over there on the reptile show, but this is the very, very first year that they have the aquatic event here. We're kind of at the end of it. I'll turn around and show you guys once I get to the end of this hallway, so you guys can get an idea of what it's like. Look who we have here. It's Sam. How you doing, Sam?
What's happening, man?
Not much. Just doing a little video for the YouTube. You're watching Lily's table.
Watching Lily's stuff right now?
Yeah, I already hit her up.
You trying to do a video with her stuff?
Yeah, no, we already did. I already took a little a selfie with her, but I know she's on lunch break. I went to your booth and they told me you were out here.
Yeah, my son's, you mean my son?
Yeah, well, I didn't introduce myself, but I'll go over there in a bit.
Those bird paintings?
No.
So the bird paintings over there, all except for one are his.
Oh, I'll have to go check it out. I'll go over there in a bit. Just kind of doing a video for YouTube. Take it easy.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thank you.
I'm jelly.
All right, so you guys can get an idea. This is what it's not as packed as the reptile side, but here's the thing. This is the very first year that they've done the Aquarium Super Show. So this is the very first year that they've put this together. There's still some vendors that are not showing up and stuff like that. There's plenty of room for booths still to be able to go up. So it's still, the idea is hopefully this continues to grow as it gains a little bit more popularity. The reptile section of it is something that's been going on for years up here in the LA area. How you doing? So, you know, they're hoping that this also has as much success as the reptile show. So it really is up to us to make this event grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's still two other buildings that need to be seen. I showed you guys earlier on the reptile side. You saw how busy that was. This building is about half the size of the reptile show. And but like I said, it's for the very first year. It's doing really good. Eventually, the idea is to be able to get a lot more vendors, some of the local vendors to come out here and assist. And again, it's just going to be advertisement. How much do we promote this as the community to try to entice people to come out here? Like I said, I drove down from Arizona today. It was about a 4.5 hour drive to get out here. But I'll tell you what, it's well worth the drive. And so let's take a quick walk down the main corridor where the aquarium section's at. You guys saw where I was talking to Sam there. He's actually had a booth down over here. A lot of these names you might recognize not only from YouTube, but a lot of these people are also on Instagram. A lot of these shops advertise there. You know, as far as livestock is concerned, there is some livestock, but not as much as I thought I was going to be able to find. You have some saltwater stuff that's over here. It's not necessarily broken up in sections like you would see for, say, an Aquashella. But again, it's the very first year they're doing anything like with the aquarium side, so they're still working on trying to figure it out. We have the pond digger over here doing his live podcast. He's got a guest on. I'm pretty sure if you're watching YouTube right now, you'll probably be able to see his live stream going on. So, you know, we have some koi vendors out here. Obviously, you got some of the bigger brands that are out here, like Fluval. You know, Planet Aquarium is one of the bigger, I guess, stores out here in LA. And, you know, you get to see some of these people out here. The prices, I found that the prices on some of the hardscape is a really good deal. I haven't really asked too much about the livestock. Just because since I am traveling, I'm not looking to take anything with me. So, you know, I haven't really asked. I might ask later on. Here we have Mark of Excellent Aquatics, who's selling live plants. And you got Gabriel over there from GNC Aquatic, looking to buy some plants for his son. Let's walk around. You can see where the people are starting to flow in here. What happens is the very first building you come into, there's Brett right there, Brett Reimer, from the TV show. And so, you come in, when you come into the event, the very first building is where they have all the reptiles and stuff like that. And so everybody kind of just flows in through there. And then once you get out the backside, you can either come into the backside of this or go out to the front and come in through here. And it seems like a lot of the people that were working their way through the reptile show are starting to migrate over here now. And there's still another building that we need to go check out, which is where they have all the birds and they have all the plants, the house plants. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Again, this is something that I've always, that I'm pretty excited about seeing, because I know we've talked about it on Fish Plants y Más when we were talking about the trends that we were seeing the hobby to going and which direction they were going, and how some of the hobbies are starting to merge together, just because as hobbyists, not only do we have one hobby, sometimes we like to incorporate other hobbies into our current hobbies. So it's not uncommon for people that have aquariums to also have reptiles, or to have birds, or to be into houseplants. So, it's nice that now we have an expo that is willing to incorporate all of those, so that you're not having to worry to decide which expo you're going to make it out to, because here you'll be able to find all of them in one place, not in one building. It's divided into 3 different buildings, but at least all of it is here in one location. You pay one entrance, gets you access to all the venues, and you'll be able to find whatever it is you're looking for. This is the other aisle in here. This one has a little bit more traffic. Here again, you have TMK Aquarist in here. I was just talking to Mark earlier. He was showing me some of the upcoming projects that he has. You have some of the other vendors that are online that are showing up here today. You can find some livestock here. You got some bettas down there. Lots of hardscape. Lots of hardscape. So, if you're looking for a deal, this might be the place to come out to. This might be the place to come out to and check it out. Especially if you're out here in the LA area and you're trying to find something that is related to the hobby. What better place to come out to and, come out for a couple hours, enjoy yourself. Again, the entrance is like $22, gets you access not only for today and tomorrow, and you have access to all three events that are going on. So if you're in the area, I really recommend checking it out for next time. This is Sam's for 300. Oops, this is Sam standing right here. Talk to your dad right now on the other side. And so, like I said, if you're into the hobby in any way, shape, or form, this is a good place to come out, especially because we don't get a lot of stuff out here in the West Coast. A lot of the stuff we get out here is usually saltwater related. This is one that has a little bit of both. I think reality is, I think they're really trying to fill that void from Aquashella, that there isn't one out here. This is kind of their answer to that. And so we'll see how it takes off. Like I said, you'll find a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of salt water. You got a little bit more of artificial plants that look a little bit more realistic. For those of you that keep some of the cichlids that are just buttholes, and they'll dig everything up. Here's my crew. We're gonna go ahead and check out the other building. So I'll continue to record some of this stuff and put it together for you guys so you guys can check it out. I don't know if you can hear that, but I probably don't have to describe where I'm at. This is the other building, the third building that they have here. This is supposed to be the bird building, as you guys can hear probably in the background. And I think this is also where they're going to have some of the houseplants. The houseplants are broken up between outdoors and indoors, but either way, let's go ahead and walk around and see what they got going on in here, and check it out. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around for you guys. This one seems to have a little bit more people than the aquatic side. As you guys can see, they're about to do a presentation on some of the birds. So let's go ahead and take a walk around. You're gonna see, I don't know anything about birds. This is one thing that I'm totally unfamiliar with, but I wanted to come and check it out either way, just because we're here. And I thought that was pretty cool. But you can see some of the different species in here. I'm not gonna be able to tell you what they are, but you know, like I said, it's really cool to see that there's finally an expo that's willing to incorporate a lot of these hobbies together, and you know, gives you a lot of options. Looks like they have some type of education or training going on over here. Let me see if I can get a quick peek as to what they're doing. Looks like they have a blue parrot down there. Yeah, the color on that bird. They have some enclosures for the birds. Yeah, here is something that I'm totally out of my element. I'm not even gonna. Please excuse me if I call them parrot or something that's not a parrot. I don't know the difference. It's one part of the hobby that I really haven't ventured much into. But you know, it looks like they have a lot of species out here of a lot of the birds. Kind of going against the flow of traffic right now. But as you guys can see, you guys can get an idea of the size of the building. This one is the same size as the aquatic side. With the exception is that, you know, I guess this is something that there's a little bit more interest, or there's more hobbyists in this area, that it seems like it's a little bit bigger. And as far as the number of vendors that are available, obviously they got some you know, entertainment for the birds, or some exercise equipment. You guys can see what some of these. I'm pretty sure a lot of these people also have content on the social media platforms. But like I said, I'm not really familiar with any of this stuff, but I still wanted to share this with you guys, so that you guys get an idea of what the event is like, in case you guys are interested in coming out and checking it out. They have a section for kids. They do some face painting, some artwork. You know, obviously some of these birds, some of the colors of these birds is pretty interesting. You know, but the gray bird, well, it looks like they have an auction for these guys. Let's see. They have some gift bags when you come into the event. This is for the, it's little goodies for the birds and stuff like that. They have some cotton bones and stuff like that. They're showing some of the products that they carry for Zoo Med. They have some artwork. They have some real rare beauties. Hey, rare beauty, turn around, say hello. You know, it's a good place if you have kids. I would highly recommend bringing them out. I think they would have a blast coming out here and enjoy themselves. Again, the setup is very similar to the aquarium building, where you have 3 main corridors. This happens to be the middle one, where the biggest concentration of people is at. And this seems to be a little bit more interactive. You have access a little bit more to the different species of birds that are available in here. So it's a little bit louder. That's definitely, you know, you guys can hear it. But that's just birds. Birds are going to be a little bit more vocal. Most of the noises that we hear in our fish room are either from the equipment we're running, or something splashing on the ground because we forgot to turn off a hose. But not that I would know anything about that. Either way, you know, I figured I'd show you guys this side. This is all foreign to me. I know a lot of you guys in the community, though, do keep birds. I'm pretty sure you're probably seen some stuff in here that you're thinking is pretty cool. To me, I wouldn't be able to tell you what's rare and what isn't. It's all rare to me because I don't deal with birds. So I don't know if they have common stuff, uncommon stuff. Let's take a dip over here. Seems like there's a little bit less traffic. Obviously, they got some goods for the birds. A lot of different types of seeds for them, and you know, I guess those are finch, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I'm definitely out of my elements here. I don't know too much about this stuff, but they do look pretty. I can tell you that much. I don't know. My only hesitation with a lot of these birds is that I think we do a pretty poor job as it is in the aquatic side. These animals, I think, need bigger enclosures than what I think I could ever provide for them. But, you know, I could be wrong. So, I just kind of wanted to show you that to you guys. Like I said, if you're out here in the LA area, or if you don't get around to it this year and something that you're interested in doing, definitely be on the lookout. Maybe next year is something that you could attend. You'll find them under the LA Pet Fair. The way I found them on there was under the name of the event, which was the Aquarium Super Show. You'll probably find it easier if you look under the Reptile Super Show, because that's the oldest event that they've been having here. That one's been going on for quite a while. So either way you look for it, it's going to get you to the site that you're looking for, and be able to get information on that. Hopefully it's something that continues to grow like the reptile section has grown, and this becomes a bigger and bigger event. And you know, right now for about 22 bucks gets you in for both days, and it's, you know, a cool place to hang out. The buildings are air conditioned, so it's nice and cool inside. As a matter of fact, in the aquatic side it was a lot cooler. My wife was actually happy to go outside to the heat. But with that being said, I think this will be it for today. If anything different happens tomorrow, I'll make sure I share that with you guys. But as of right now, we'll see you guys later.